to Plus Promotions. My name is Dylan. Today this video is going to be about lessons learned so far in 2021. Early doors, we're 5 days in and I'm learning lessons, so maybe a good sign, maybe a bad sign, but I think we had two clients recently that I don't feel like it worked out with them. We started with good intention, and I feel like for us that it didn't go the way that we wanted it to go. Now, on our end, there are lessons to be learned from. I suppose the main lesson, to go into specifics with it, is, I suppose, when we're taking on a client, it's important that we don't allow the client, or like theoretically you would be the client if you're watching these videos. So we won't allow people to pit us against other web development teams, because that tends to go, from what I see, a little bit wrong. I think the approach should be to make a clean transition. So the client in question had an old web developer. The old web developer owned the URL, which is hilarious, owned the hosting account where the website was hosted, and wouldn't give access to the client. The client approached us over Christmas, got us to start working on the site. The reason I suppose it bothers me is that I spent my Christmas trying to sort all this stuff out, only to be, I suppose our work was pretty much sabotaged by the current web developer, and I suppose it's a business that we're not interested in working like that. It's a lesson learned from our point, but maybe these videos will kind of steer clients in the right direction. I don't think that's a great starting off. It's kind of a red flag if your web developer owns your URL, owns the area where your website's hosted. It's absolutely nuts. And if you're getting into arguments with your web developer, and then you're telling us about how bad they are, like, what is the point in us starting to deal with them? It seems counterproductive, we'll say. And I suppose then the second lesson that we learned is from working with another client, in terms of this client approached us, and we approached the client, and he had two issues that he wanted resolved. Both of those issues were on a Shopify site. The Shopify site was outdated. We made the repairs to the actual website. Because the site was outdated, it caused some other errors in other parts of the website. We then went about trying to fix those errors for him at the agreed price, maintaining the agreed price. Not good enough for this guy. So I think before we started on that project, we should have informed him that the actual system that he was running on Shopify was outdated. The theme that he was running on Shopify was outdated, and then proceeded with the work. For us, on our part, we do feel like that was maybe the area that we might have, I suppose, could have performed a little bit better. On his part, I think from the client side, I think more patience would have been required. I think people may have super high expectation with no actual, instead of just being critical for no reason, trusting in some sort of process and remaining patient, will serve you a little bit better. It'll serve you a little bit better over time, I feel. The clients that we find that seem to benefit most, they trust us completely, and they remain patient. They remain patient on all accounts. If you're, I think from a perspective of learning with clients, the ones I seem to struggle with are the ones who have, well, I suppose, massive ego, aka they know it all, like know everything about everything already. There's no point in even talking to them. And then their ability to snap and get angry is very they have a very short fuse in terms of the lack of patience. So in the new year, we're constantly building systems to try to rectify these things and try to help. But I suppose just so far, these are lessons that we've learned. Onward and upward. It's early doors to be learning lessons in 2021, but there we go. That's COVID fail. Thanks so much for watching. I hope from a client perspective that you can gather some information that would be valid to you or useful to you from this video. So thanks so much for watching.